Once upon a time, in a land far, far away, there lived a cheerful little girl named Karen. She lived in a small cottage with her mother, and though they had very little, they were happy. Karen was a curious child who loved to ask questions. "Mom," she would say, pointing to the night sky, "what are those tiny lights?" "They're stars, my dear," her mother would reply. "When people leave this world, they become stars and shine above us forever." Karen owned only one toy, one dress, and a pair of wooden slippers her mother had made. Though the slippers were uncomfortable, they were all she had. One day, Karen's mother fell terribly ill. Karen set off to town to fetch medicine, and along the road, she found a beautiful pair of red shoes inside an old box. They sparkled in the sunlight, and Karen's heart leapt. "Look, Mother," she cried upon returning home. "Aren't they beautiful?" But her mother's face clouded with worry. "They may belong to someone, Karen. We shouldn't keep things that aren't ours." Months later, Karen's world changed. She returned home one evening to find her mother gone. Heartbroken, she looked up at the night sky, and there, a new bright star twinkled down at her. At her mother's funeral the next day, Karen could not resist temptation. She wore the red shoes. The townsfolk whispered disapprovingly. A kind old woman who attended the funeral saw that Karen was alone and took her in. Years passed, and the old woman provided Karen with food, toys, and clothes. Yet, Karen never stopped longing for those red shoes. One day, the old woman noticed how tattered Karen's shoes had become and offered to buy her new ones. At the shop, Karen's eyes lit up. "Look, red shoes just like mine." But the old woman frowned. "You need shoes suitable for a respectable young lady, like these black ones." A handsome young lord passing by was struck by Karen's beauty. "You must be a wonderful dancer," he told her. "Would you come to the palace ball tonight?" The enchanted red shoes carried her away, beyond the old woman's reach, beyond the young lord's sight. Karen danced day and night, through forests and across hills. Thorns pricked her feet, and she wept in pain. Finally, exhausted, she cried, "I'll never be stubborn again. Please stop." At once, the shoes flew from her feet and vanished into the forest. Karen, broken and bruised, hobbled home. The old woman welcomed her back with open arms, and from that day forward, Karen left her stubbornness behind and lived a kinder, humbler life. In time, the young lord found her again. He forgave her folly and admired her gentle spirit, and together they built a happy, peaceful life.